We've all heard the phrase, you can have it all. But what if success isn't about pushing harder or chasing perfection? Maybe it's about balance, clarity, and knowing when to say no. Our next guest is an entrepreneur, growth strategist, and a mom who knows all about breaking free from the pressure to be everything to everyone. She's even shared her message with the TED Talk audience and with her own podcast. Let's welcome Chantel Preston. Hey, Chantel. You say it's never too late to work on becoming a better version of yourself. So, what's the first step to embracing that mindset?
I think the first thing that we need to do to embrace that mindset is really get rid of that everything has to be perfect and we have to say yes to everything. I think we work so hard because we're taught that everything we do has to be flawless, which isn't true. So if we can really get rid of that perfection mindset, I think it would allow us really to embrace really our innate qualities around us and enjoy life because nothing is perfect. Perfection just doesn't exist.
I love that. Perfection doesn't exist. And you've had an incredible career. I mean, but it started with a tough childhood moment. Can you share how that experience shaped your journey?
Sure. I mean, obviously, we've all had situations in our past that really create who we are as we grow into adults. So, I did have a challenging past in my childhood, but really what it did, it showed me that, a lot of things in life, how you deal with those really impacts who you become. I could have taken one route, but I chose to really say, hey, look, I get it. It's hard. It may not have been the best childhood, but I know what I want to achieve in my own life. And it really gave me the ambition and the motivation to be my best self and to figure out that if I'm not my own advocate in this world, no one else is going to advocate for me like I will advocate for myself. And so that's really helped me throughout my career build both my personal and my professional.
I like that you said that. You have to be your biggest advocate. And mentorship has played a big role in your success as well. Why do you think having a mentor is so important? And what should people look for in one?
Mentorship has played a big role in your success. Why do you think having a mentor is so important, and what should people look for in one?
I think mentorship is really important as we, go out into the careers or out in the jobs. We don't really know what's all available. What does it really mean? By finding a mentor, and frankly, people think people don't want a mentor. Everyone wants to help someone. So find a mentor that you're able to talk through things, ask questions, but really when you get that mentors, make sure that you're really listening to what they're telling you. Embrace their experience and their expertise. There's different ways of finding them, whether it's within your Rolodex, whether it's alumni of your university or within your own organization. But I do think it's important to find mentors that can really help you navigate, especially through those challenging times.
Yeah, and your TEDx talk is all about breaking free from the lies that hold us back. So, what's one big myth about success that you think people need to unlearn?
I think one of them is you have to say yes to everything. It's very important to be very intentional with your time. There's one thing we won't get back in life, and that's time. So be very intentional with that. We sometimes, especially women, feel obligated to say yes when it doesn't really meet what our goals and objectives are. So set those boundaries and learn to say no to things that don't help you progress, whether it's professionally or personally.
Yes, I like that. Setting boundaries while saying yes, but still knowing when you need to say no. And life can get overwhelming, especially for people juggling work, family, and those personal goals. So, what's your advice for anyone feeling burned out right now?
Really, my advice is to take a step back. Life ebbs and flows. There's certain times that you may be 100% in your career and you're not in your family life. So it's important to understand where are you in the phase of your life and what's important right now. I think sometimes we forget that we need to reevaluate that on a consistent basis because what's important 6 months ago may not be important now. So it's really important to really figure out where am I and where do I want to put the most of my time, and then just try to figure out how to work life integrate that together.
And many people struggle to ask for help, me included. So, whether it's in business or your personal life, what's your message to them?
My message to them is really ask. We'd be surprised. I live by the mindset of most things you don't get in life because you don't ask. It's really important to ask because you'd be amazed of how many people want to help each other. But like you said, most people don't know how to go out and ask for that. Like, oh, I have to have all the answers. No, you don't. That's really the whole premise of being a great leader, is that we don't have to have all the answers, but know where to go to get those answers. And again, it just takes that first step of just asking someone. And I think you'd be surprised as to the responses you'll get.
Ooh, okay, you're leaving us with good advice. Thank you so much. I'm going to let our viewers know where they can go for more info. You can find out more by heading to ChantelPreston.com or follow her on Instagram at Chantel_Preston.